It seems as though the United States trade ambassador is forgetting something. They do have some rare earths themselves, don't they?
There are a total of about 110 million provable, extractable rare earth elements. He is forgetting that 19 million of those are actually in the US. The US took a deliberate decision some 25 years ago not to use its own product but to buy the completed product. As a consequence, China has developed a particular skill and expertise in extracting and, more importantly, refining the rare earth from the rare earth oxides in their separation plants. That skill is with my company, and we in fact welcome more rare earth from outside because we are able to export our skills in helping them to develop their own mines.
That really is one of the issues here, isn't it? It's the technology that was involved 20 years or so ago to get what was then a rather unpopular byproduct of the mining industry out of the ground. Is also toxic doing so, isn't it, for the environment?
No, it's not. The way we do it with the mine that we extract the rare earth from, we do it by an in situ leaching method, which is a method by which holes are drilled at the top of the mountain, and then the resultant and filled with a solution of water and ammonium carbonate, and then it is soaked through and then carried into containers, which is then dried, filtered out through a further solution of water and ammonium sulfide, and then eventually it is taken off to our separation plant and then filtered out into the separate elements.
But originally, about 20 years ago, when places like the United States were deciding whether or not to develop this particular skill, it was considered environmentally dicey at that point. Now, if we talk about where we stand now in terms of the supply chain, isn't it a question of a lot of people want to use high technology, touchscreen phones, touchscreen tablets, and to a certain extent the United States has just found itself on the wrong side of this equation?
Well, there is. They took a wrong decision, and if you look at, say, this iPhone, without dysprosium, this would be about 4 or 5 times its size. We'd still be back in the 1980s in terms of size with our electronic equipment.
Just ever so briefly before I go, they're saying that this isn't about just rare earths, it's about the rules of trade in accordance with the WTO. What's your comment to that? They're saying just places like China aren't playing fairly by the rules that they've signed up to.
It's an election year.
Okay, Ivo Srego, thanks ever so much for joining us there.